Hari Om. Good evening, dear friends and sadhaks. A very warm welcome to each one of you. Please come, let's pray together. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Sahana vavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. We offer our humble salutations to the Almighty. Amara Prabhu Vishwakarma. To such a great Lord, we offer our prayers to seek His blessings, His mercy, His grace, His love, His compassion, His forgiveness, Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya. O Lord, we all beseech in you to make this knowledge a living reality in all our lives. And we seek blessings to reach your abode at the end of our journey. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. Today we are on our Divine Discourse number 167 on the 11th of December 2020. Sharvari Nama Samvatsara Dakshinayana Sharad Rutu Kartik Mas Krishna Paksh Ekadashi Swati Nakshatra Shobhana Yoge Balavakarane. On this auspicious day of Friday, and time of the evening. Na ham karta, hari preranaya, hari prityartam. All that we are receiving in our life is nothing but by the grace of the Almighty. We seek His blessings once again. Good evening and a very warm welcome to all who have recently come in. Okay. Now, we take up the second verse. Briefly, I would like to cover some more points in the second verse and then we move to the third verse today. So here, what does Jagadguru tell us over here? Mooda jahihi dhanagama trishnam kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishnam yalla base nija karmo patam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. In the first verse, he spoke completely about dharma. What is your main purpose of life? Out of the four purusharthas or the four paths of a human life, four goals of a human life, he said first is dharma, second is artha, third is kama, and the fourth one is moksha. So which means any human being, the sole purpose of a human being's life is self-realization. So, and for that he says, follow dharma. On the lines of dharma, which is the righteousness, you earn artha. Artha means money, wealth, possessions. And on the lines of dharma, you also experience kama, whatever desires which are on the righteous lines. By doing this, you don't have to do anything else to achieve moksha. That is an automatic result of all these three. So the primary becomes dharma, the collaterals or the annexures become artha and kama, which are required for a human life. And with this knowledge in mind, you will automatically get self-realized. So on these lines, in the second verse, he spoke about artha. Here, what Jagadguru says is, he says, don't have a trishna, means that insatiating quest or a thirst for money. Don't do that. You will spoil the complete balance of your life. And we have discussed very much in detail on that. So he says, now here, understand one thing. There is a law of karma which is in operation. Each jiva, when it comes to this planet, when it is born by the prarabdha karma. And with this prarabdha karma, that is how you see the various variations in the very birth itself. Some are born in a well-to-do family with all good qualities, and some are born in an extremely poor family and maybe in a handicapped condition. Now, why is this this kind of a deformity happening here, or a disparity happening over here? This is because the prarabdha karma is in motion. Two small children which are 1 month old, what do they know? What have they done? But what they have done in the past is reflected in the current life. They say out of taking the prarabdha karma into understanding, yallavase nija karmo patam. He says, understand that whatever you get in your life, you will get. You are destined to get it. Consider that as a reward of the past, of the good what you have done in the past, that will come to you. And out of what has come to you, you lead a life with contentment and constantly thinking of the Lord. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Don't keep thinking of that person earned so much, that person got a promotion in just 6 months' time, this person invested money last month and he has already made more money than me, where I have been investing since last 2 years. Don't think about all that, because there is a prarabdha karma of each and every person which is in operation. So when you start getting into these kind of hiking thoughts, you will never be able to focus on the Lord. Your artha and kama are the secondary duties in life. Your main duty, your main dharma is you have to realize your true self, and that can happen only when you understand and pray to the Lord. So this way, one more secret is revealed over here. Now what is that? Here what they say is, satisfaction in life, which is known as santushti, that does not come by more and more acquisition of wealth. That we all have seen. You wanted 10, you got 20, but still you say, now when will I get 30? And even if it is 30, you will say, when will I make it 50? This is a constant thing which goes on in your mind. So he says, santushti is something which you will have to acquire, and that will come by the grace of God. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Tushti Rupena Samstitha. Tushti is that santushti over here. You pray to that Lord, to that goddess, to give me santushti, and only then you will be satisfied in life. Work sincerely, being connected to God, and not for money. Your attitude should be, okay, oh God, you have given me this work today. I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability and focus on that gift which the Lord has given you by way of He has given you some work to do. Focus on that work and not on the money which you are going to get. A poor man with more santushti will definitely be happier than a rich man who is maybe 100 or 1,000 times richer than him. So this santushti is what one needs to understand. What is the human nature? It is explained in verse 2, chapter 2, verse 13. Idamadya maya labdham imam prapye manoratham idamastidam api me bhavishyati punardhanam. What a person says, he keeps telling himself, you know, I have already earned so much. I have secured so much. And then he talks about, now my ambition is to earn this much. And so he again says, so that much of wealth is definitely going to be mine one day or the other, and I am going to strive for it. This is human nature, which Lord Krishna says. Very openly he says this. You can't do anything about it. It is the human nature. Only those who have surrendered to the Lord and who have specifically understood how this whole thing is functioning, they have understood the Shastra. They will then make attempts to pray to the Lord. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Santushti Rupena Samsthita. Please be in me as that Santushti. I don't want to get lost. Today I earn, tomorrow I lose, then again I earn and again I lose. I earn one thing and I lose 10 things. What is the point? So give up that Trishna. And understand, money is not that which will give you happiness. There's a small story. Once a beautiful lady, a rich lady, very expensively dressed. Now she comes to an appointment with a psychiatrist. And now the opening sentences of her to the psychiatrist in consultation were, "Doctor, I see a big hollow in my life. It's completely empty." Now she is extremely rich. Her attire, the diamond she is wearing, all her paraphernalia show that she is from a billionaire family. But she says, "My life is completely empty." Now this counselor, this psychiatrist, she was a very clever lady. And well, she was in her late 60s, so she has treated so many patients. So what she does is, she calls an old lady who was cleaning her floors in her consultation center. She calls that old lady and she tells the rich lady, "Look, I want you to listen to what this maid or this old lady who cleans the floor, she has to say about life." Then she starts asking her, "I know that," her name, that he asked the old lady, "you were very miserable in life. Can you tell me about how did you find happiness?" Now that old lady, a very simple lady, now she says, "What to tell you, ma'am? My husband, he died of malaria just about a few months back. And in another 2 months' time, my only son, he was killed in a road accident. I have nobody. I am already old. Now this incidents which happened in just a couple of months, it shook me so hard that I could not sleep, I could not eat, I could not talk to anybody, and I could not even smile at anybody. This was my pathetic condition," she said. However, one day when I was going back from work, I swapped the floors here, I cleaned the entire consultation center, and I was going back home. I saw that a small kitten, it was following me. I couldn't do anything about it. I allowed it to follow. And I thought that it may go away in between, but it did not. It came till my home. And it was a very cold evening that day. So what I thought was, now that this kitten has come, let me take it inside. And she allowed the kitten to come inside a small room. And the kitten was shivering there. So she gives some warm milk to the kitten. Now the kitten was hungry, damn hungry. It licked the plate absolutely clean. And after having drunk that milk, that kitten, it started licking my feet and rubbing its body against my legs. And he says, that was the first time I smiled in those several months. Then I thought to myself, if this little kitten can make me smile, which I had not in the last few months, maybe there is something which even I can do for people which would make them happy. And then this old lady says, I baked some biscuits. Then I took them to the neighboring place. There were so many sick people there. I gave them those freshly baked biscuits. Whatever good things I could do for them, I started doing for them. And it made me extremely happy when I saw the happiness in them. And this old lady tells that rich lady, ma'am, I should tell you the truth today, that I don't know of anybody who sleeps and eats better than me today. I have found happiness only by giving it to others. Now this rich lady, when she heard this, she was shaken. Tears rolled her eyes. Of course, she was so rich that she could buy anything which she wanted in life. But she had lost all the things which money cannot buy. So now they say here, the beauty of life does not depend on how happy you are, but on how happy others can be because of you. So what I mean to say is, here what you need is not that excessive money. You saw the fate of a lady who had that excessive money, who said, my life is hollow. It is not that money. It is how you treat others. With that you get happiness. This Trishna is only a madness which we have to recognize. And at some point we have to put a stop. Enough. Now I need to look forward in life. There are many other great things, and keeping the base as dharma, having your constant focus on the Lord, you move forward in life. Now we come to the third verse. Under the Purushartha, what comes next? After dharma and artha, now comes kama. Kama means desire. Now let's understand how Jagadguru talks about desire, how one should manage desire in life. Very interesting. Come. So first let's all sing together Bhaja Govindam, and the third verse is Naari, sthana, bhara. We will sing this together and then we'll take it up. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate Samprapte San Nihite Kale Samprapte San Nihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukurum Karane Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukurum Karane Naari sthana bhara nabhi desham drishtva magha moha vesham etan mamsa vasadi vikaram etan mamsa वसादि विकारं मनसि विचिन्तय वारं वारं मनसि विचिन्तय वारं वारं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. See here, Jagat Guru, as we know, what is the scene? After having finished his morning rituals at river Ganga, he is now going back to the temple, and on the way he sees an old man who is studying grammar. Dukrun Karane. And why is he studying grammar? He wants to give tuitions and make some more money in life. Now that's where it hit Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya extremely badly, and he said, what is this man doing with such a precious life? He's trying to teach, learn grammar, teach and make money out of this. So this is the setup. So he's trying to tell him, this is not what you need to do. This is how you have to lead a life. And he has 14 disciples along with him, all young male disciples. So now he comes on to the third important aspect. Everybody has got desire. We have 5 strong senses: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, meaning touch, taste, smell, hear and see. Now these 5 senses are constantly in connect with the objects of the world, and they keep drawing your attention always towards the world. And what is the most alluring temptation to a human? A desire which can come up is the attraction towards the opposite sex. So he straight hits the point. He says, Naari, sthana, bhara, nabhi, desham. Naari means young woman. Sthana, bhara, who have got soft, voluptuous breasts, and you are looking at those breasts and that navel, and you are completely mesmerized. So here what we should understand is it's about the opposite sex. So he has spoken about a lady, which also applies for women. You should take that there was a handsome person. Drustva maga moha vesham. What happens when you see such a person? You fall a prey. You suddenly start getting various desires in your mind of how I can achieve this. Now there he says, this is a delusion. Etan mamsa vasadi vikaram. He says this is nothing but a modification of flesh, bones, blood in a fine skin jacket. Think about this again and again in your mind, that behind what you see, which is so beautiful, attractive and alluring, this is the truth. And don't get deluded. Don't get overridden by such a desire and cross your limits in life. Remember to focus on God's name. Take His name. It will bring your senses under control. So he makes it openly clear that you have to understand that there are certain things of this kind and you need to be careful. And in the verse, chapter 18, verse 38, Lord Krishna talks about this. He says, Vishayandriya Sanyogad Yattadagre Mrutopapam Pariname Vishamiva Tatsukham Rajasam Smritam. You know what he says here? When objects and senses, they get together, they are bound to get attracted. That's a common phenomenon. And once they get attracted and they come together in enjoyment, initially one feels contented, pleasant, but later on the effects are devastating. Initially it is like nectar, but eventually it becomes poison. This Lord Krishna has openly told us. These are all warning signs, is it not? So now let's understand with a nice story of how a person of great caliber and righteousness, how even he can be deluded in such a situation. Let's understand that. So, there was once a sadhu, a yogi, who was extremely austere, a very radiant Siddha Purusha, what we call, that kind of a person, who was somewhere in his mid-30s, had done extensive tapas, and with his siddhi, he had come down. He used to go from village to village and take bhiksha. Whichever house he used to go there, bhikshan dehi, and whatever he used to get, he used to be fed on that and make his living. Now one day, he knocks at a door for bhiksha, and apparently it was a prostitute's house. Now, with bhiksha in her hand, an extremely enchanting, beautiful lady, she is of course the prostitute, she comes out and she is offering that bhiksha to this Siddha Purusha, this sadhu. For a moment, this sadhu, who was again a handsome, young, radiant person, he looks at this lady and in a fraction of a moment, it was a few seconds, he tells her, I don't want your food. I want your swarupa. Sharirika Swarupa. I want to experience, I want to have bhog of your Sharirik Swarupa. Now, this prostitute, yes, she is by profession a prostitute, and being one of the most beautiful in that particular region, she has seen all kinds of people. For a moment, she looks at this person, this Tejasvi Mahapurush, and she feels, what is this? I can feel the vibes of radiance in him. Is God testing me through him, or is it that God is testing him through me? She gets confused. But anyway, she comes to her senses. She's also attracted by his handsome body, the way he spoke. And as their eyes met, she was not able to control herself, but she controlled herself. And she says, I see this tapasvi as a great yogi, and I should not allow him to fall. meaning his patan, what we call him. I should not allow his downfall. And then she tells him, Hey Mahatman, I am menstruating now. Can you please come after 7 days? I will offer your bhiksha, whatever you have asked for. She says this, and the sadhu goes ahead and she comes inside. She is living with her mother. She tells her mother that I met this sadhu and now I'll be in the room for the next 7 days. I will not be coming outside. So please don't disturb me on any matter, and I don't need anything. He says, Oh mother, give me 1 silver plate and 3 silver vessels and my most beautiful silk robes. And she also says, please call the barber. Her mother gives whatever she asked for. Now the barber comes in. He comes into her room. She tells the barber, please shave my head. The barber sees her hair, thick, long hair which is coming up to her knee. And he asks her, Ma'am, what are you saying? Please shave my head, cut my entire hair. He again asks. Third time he asks, finally gets a good scolding, and then he starts shaving her head. Now she feels that I must make this sacrifice to save a Mahayogi. This is okay, my hair will grow again, not an issue. And the first step is she shaves her hair, and now she decides to live her excreta, and in the third vessel all her sweat and all that whatever excretions are in the body. And nicely covered, 7 days pass by. Now the yogi comes after 7 days. Imagine now this yogi has been constantly thinking of this lady, this beautiful lady, for the last 7 days, visualizing all possible things about her. He is absolutely on cloud 9. As we say, laddu foot rahe dil mein. That kind of a situation for him. He comes in. Now he knocks the door. The mother opens the door and she tells him, she's been instructed, the mother, that as the sadhu comes, please send him into my room. So mother thinks probably the sadhu has initiated her daughter, so that's the reason my daughter has not taken any food for the last 7 days and she's also not come out of the room. So she says, please Mahatman, this is the way, and she shows him the room. Now the sadhu enters. He sees there nicely decorated bed with all jasmine flowers, nice aroma, beautiful lighting set up in the room. This lady is sitting dressed in that silk sari with her veil over her face. She's covering her face. She tells the sadhu, please come in, most welcome. And then she tells, you wanted my Sharirik Swarup as bhiksha for your bhog. Here I am offering myself. Now sadhu is extremely delighted. He says, now the moment has come which I have been visualizing for the last 7 days. And she invites him to the bed. She goes there and he removes the veil which was there on her face. And she sees, he was horrified. There's no hair, completely shaven. She says, I must tell you, please remove this cloth which is on this plate. Here is my hair. And remove the plate on the first vessel. You have only seen what is there outside me. I wanted to show you what is there inside me also. And the moment he removes the first plate, there is urine, smelling. And next plate, her excreta, which was even more worse. And the third plate was horrible. He gets a shock of his life. He says, "What is this?" He says, "Ye Mahatman, this is me. You have seen my external beauty. You saw my body. You saw my voluptuous breasts. And you fell for me. Now in these 7 days, she has not eaten anything. Her face had shrunk. She has not taken a bath. She was smelling horrible. No hygiene, nothing." So now, Sadhu looking at this, he realized what a blunder I have made. He pleaded pardon to her. "I'm extremely sorry. I was deluded for a moment. I could not control myself. And what I have never done in my life, I expressed to you. And you are like my Guru who opened my eyes. Etan mamsa vasadi vikaram." Don't ever get carried away by that external beauty alone. The body has so many millions and millions of pores on its skin. It has got millions and millions of hair, which constantly secretes sweat and waste. And inside it's filled with filth, meat, blood, all in a skinny bag, which is looking voluptuous. Manasi vicharam varam varam. Think of this again and again and again. And control yourself when you are deluded by such things. Now here, what Jagadguru says is not that we should not have a sexual relationship. It's not that. He says, within your limited boundaries, you just saw somebody somewhere and you made up your mind, you started visualizing so many things. What is this happening? Don't fall as a prey into such situations. That is what he's trying to say. He's again taking the Trishna aspect of how you had for money. He says in desire also, in the righteous manner, however you can fulfill your desire, you are most welcome to do that. That's your dharma. Yes, you can do that, but not wherever you want and whatever you look at. So we'll take a little more of this in our next class. So now we'll go to the Shri Vishnu Sahasranama Mahima. So we are on verse 6 and the Divyanama 49 and 50. I've taken only 2 because 50 Vishwakarma is a little lengthy. So, okay. First let's read the verse. Verse 6. Aprameyo Rishikeshaha Padmanabho Maraprabhu Vishwakarma Manustvashta Stavishtastaviro Dhruvaha. Amara Prabhu. Mararu means one who are subject to death. Mara means one who is subject to death, and Amara is one who is immortal, who has no death. Death is always only to the body, but your Sukshma Sharira and your Karana Sharira, the moment a person dies, the gross body, Sthula Sharira remains here, and the Sukshma and Karana Sharira, they travel to the designated place, to the Yamlok, and then the next birth is decided, and then again they get back into another body. So they are known as Mara, which means they keep rotating from birth to birth, birth to birth. But whereas there are others who are also, once they die, their stula sharira or their gross body is burnt, buried, whatever way the sanskar has to be done is done over here on this earth, and their sukshma and karana sharira gets merged with the prakriti. Those people are the fortunate amara who don't come back again. So to such fortunate people, and to the Brahma and to the various other devatas, the one who grants this amaratva, for this quality of granting amaratva, he is known as Amara Prabhu. Next comes Vishwakarma. In Vishwakarma in common understanding, he is an architect who has designed this entire Brahmanda, who has also worked on each and every nitty-gritty of a creation on this planet, a living or a non-living creation. Now, as far as a living creation, let us take for our understanding what goes into making a living creature on this planet Earth. And then which is one species of a human being we are talking now, one species. Imagine what all would have gone into making the 84 lakh different species in different forms and methods. So here he says, first is he created the Prakriti. And then he created two important desires. One is known as pravritti and one is known as nivritti. Pravritti is a desire where it takes a human more and more towards the world, always attracted towards the objects of the world. And nivritti is where a person takes a U-turn and he says, I have had enough of the world and now I want to move towards the Lord. These are known as nivrittis, what now we all are trying to achieve. And then he created sattva, rajas and tamas. These are the characteristics which are there in a person. Then he created the four important paths to reach the Lord: dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Then he created pancha bhutas: earth, water, fire, air and space. Then he created, they call it as shadatma, which are hunger, thirst, ignorance, disease, and 6 different evolution stages in life. The first stage is where the conceivement happens in the womb of the mother. Next stage, that is known as asti, where the life has entered the womb. Second one is known as jayate, where it takes birth. Third is vardate, it starts growing. Fourth is viparinamate, it evolves into a beautiful girl or a boy who is again ready for procreation. Apakshiyate, then after that stage, slowly it starts decaying. Each and every part of the body start getting weaker and weaker. And the last one is nashyate, it dies. So these are the 6 shadatma, where there are variations. And then he created your skin, he created your flesh, blood, and all these 7 sapta dhatus, what we talk about. And then he created the various kinds of species in the human and above race. One is the human race, then he created the Devatas, he created the Rakshasas, he created Danavas, Kinnaras. Likewise, he created different categories of people. And Navakshaha means our body has got 9 outlets: eyes, ears, nose, mouth, anus, and your genitals. Then he created 5 organs of sense and 5 organs of action. See, when we go into all this detail, then you understand what all work is there to create. And the punchline here is, he has created each and every living, non-living organism in such a way that no two are similar. Like if you take the fingerprint of all the 7+ billion people on this planet, you will not see 2 fingerprints matching with each other. That is the precision with which he has created and constructed this entire Brahmanda. To such a Lord who has got this finest quality in him, he gets the name Vishwakarma. We offer our Sastanga Pranams to this great Lord Amara Prabhu Vishwakarma. Let's chant the Dhanvantri mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutakalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. To the Lord of Health, Dhanvantari, our humble salutations. Now let's do our meditation. I think we'll be taking a few more minutes extra today. I hope it's okay with everybody. Head, neck and spine in a straight line. Your eyes gently closed. Keep a smile on your face. Now let's energize each and every part of our body with the power of visualization. Let's start with our legs. From the tip of your toes, slowly move upwards. Energize your trunk and back. Energize your abdomen and chest region. Pay your gratitude to all the internal organs of your body and visualize that they're getting stronger and better. Energize your hands. Energize your shoulders and neck. Your face and head completely. Relax your forehead. Now our entire body and mind is completely energized. Let's take a few deep breaths. Today we shall be meditating on the first and second chakra, sthana and Mooladhara chakra. We start with the Mooladhara. the root chakra. Color is red, placed at the base of your spine. Element is earth. Meditating on this chakra with the Moola Bija mantra Lam enhances the power of this chakra. Now let's meditate. Lam. 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 At the base of your spine, feel this chakra, which is red in color. Element is earth. Lam. Now let's slowly move upwards to the Sthana chakra, which is behind your genitals, orange in color. Element is water. To energize this chakra, let's meditate with the Moola Bija mantra VAM, V-A-M. VAM. 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 Deeply meditate on this chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, orange in color. Now slowly shift your attention to the tip of your nose. Focus on your breath. Shwasa Vikshana. Observe the air going in and out. Become aware of your body and your mind. Become aware of where you are seated. And your surroundings. Now rub your palms, place them on your eyes, and gently and lovingly open your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. We offer today's Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Lord. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Idam Namama. Om Tat Sat. Our Sashtanga pranams to the entire Guru Parampara. We seek the Lord's grace once again. Hari Om. Thank you. Have a pleasant evening. and look forward to see you all tomorrow back on Tuesday, same time.